Legends of Trading, George Soros. George Soros is arguably the most well-known trader in history. He is also a philanthropist and political activist. Born in Budapest, Hungary in 1930, Soros experienced firsthand the devastating effects of World War II, including the Nazi occupation of his home country. Soros and his family survived by assuming false identities and escaping persecution, which would later influence his worldview and philanthropic efforts. Soros studied philosophy at the London School of Economics, where he was influenced by the works of Sir Karl Popper, one of the most influential philosophers of science of the 20th century. In 1954, Soros began his career in finance when he joined Singer and Friedlander, a merchant bank in London. He eventually worked for several banks in the UK and the US before setting up his own hedge fund, Double Eagle, in 1969. He later founded Soros Fund Management, which became one of the most successful and profitable funds in history. Soros engages in short-term speculation by placing large, highly leveraged wagers on the trajectory of financial markets. He employs a global macro strategy, which revolves around taking massive, one-sided positions on the price movements of various assets such as currency rates, commodity prices, stocks, and bonds. He analyzes his targets, using the movements of the financial markets and their participants as guides for his trades. His trading strategy is guided by a philosophy called reflexivity. Reflexivity is a concept in economics that refers to the feedback loop between a market's participants and its fundamentals, where changes in one can affect the other, leading to further changes in a self-reinforcing cycle. Soros believes that market participants' subjective views, biases, and emotions can impact market fundamentals, such as prices and valuations, leading to a divergence between the market's perception of reality and objective reality. This, in turn, can create investment opportunities, as the market's movements can lead to further market movements, independent of underlying economic or financial factors. In essence, reflexivity suggests that markets are not necessarily rational and efficient, but rather subject to the biases and behaviors of market participants. Regarded as one of the most remarkable currency trades ever made, Soros famously bet against the British pound. In 1991, during a period of low interest rates and high inflation, Britain joined the European Exchange Rate Mechanism, or ERM. This required Britain to maintain the pound within a particular range in relation to the German mark. To keep the two currencies within this range, Britain was obliged to continually increase its interest rates to lure buyers to its currency. Soros identified that the pound was overvalued compared to the German mark, and he began to bet against the British currency. In the summer of 1992, Soros started to accumulate a short position in the British pound, which reportedly reached $1.5 billion. In response, the British government continually raised interest rates to defend the pound, realizing that significant sums of money would be required to sustain its defense. Additionally, German officials publicized the possibility of realignment within the ERM in mid-September. Upon hearing the remarks made by German officials, Soros decided to significantly escalate his wager. He augmented his position from $1.5 billion to a colossal $10 billion in mid-September. Aware that the British government was struggling to maintain the pound's value, Soros recognized that his trade presented a low-risk, high-reward opportunity. If the pound remained stable, he and his investors would incur minor losses, but if the bet was successful, they would reap substantial rewards. On the evening of September 16, 1992, the British government had no choice but to withdraw from the ERM and let its currency float freely. The following day, the pound plummeted by 15% in relation to the German mark and by 25% against the US dollar. It is estimated that Soros profited approximately $1 billion from this trade. He became known as the man who broke the Bank of England. In Great Britain, the day the speculators broke the pound is known as Black Wednesday. During the 1997 Asian financial crisis, Soros reportedly placed a substantial wager against the Thai baht. He allegedly invested $1 billion of a $12 billion portfolio, predicting that the currency would collapse, which ultimately transpired when the Bank of Thailand depleted its reserves to protect the baht from short sellers. Subsequently, the Malaysian Prime Minister accused Soros of attacking Southeast Asian currencies and made several anti-Semitic remarks against him. Soros later clarified that he had initiated the short sale of these Asian currencies in January 1997, several months before the crisis occurred. He stated that by selling short the Thai baht, his quantum fund conveyed a market signal that the baht was possibly overvalued. In more recent times, Soros placed another significant wager against the yen during 2013 and 2014, resulting in another profit of around $1 billion. His decision was based on the knowledge that the Japanese Prime Minister at the time, Shinzo Abe, was implementing substantial monetary easing measures to revive Japan's sluggish economy. These measures are commonly referred to as Abenomics. As a result of the monetary easing, the yen's value decreased, while Soros held a bullish position on the Nikkei, Japan's stock market. During Soros's wager, the yen depreciated by approximately 17%, and the Japanese stock market surged by around 28%, before ultimately declining. In 2013, Soros's family investment fund, which oversaw over $24 billion, generated a return of roughly 24%. While Soros is known for his success in finance, he is equally known for his philanthropic efforts. He has donated billions of dollars to causes related to democracy, human rights, education, and public health. His Open Society Foundations, which he founded in 1993, support causes and organizations across the globe that promote democracy and human rights. The organization has funded initiatives in more than 120 countries, including efforts to combat authoritarianism, promote access to healthcare, and advocate for minority and marginalized communities. In addition to his philanthropic work, Soros has also been a political activist. He has been a vocal critic of authoritarian regimes and has used his wealth and influence to support political causes and candidates that align with his values. He has supported numerous political campaigns and movements, including efforts to promote democracy and human rights in Eastern Europe and the former Soviet Union. Despite his philanthropic and political activism, Soros has also faced criticism and controversy. He has been the subject of numerous conspiracy theories and false claims, particularly from right-wing and anti-Semitic groups. These attacks have included false accusations of funding protests and social movements, as well as allegations of undermining national sovereignty through his philanthropic work. Regardless of the controversies surrounding him, Soros remains a prominent figure in both the financial world and philanthropy. His life and career serve as a testament to the power of determination in promoting social change and advancing human rights. Thanks for watching, and if you feel we've earned it, consider hitting the like button and subscribing to our channel. We'll see you soon for a brand new video.